Basically, we have installed this bracket here. At this point in time, this bracket is loose and is free to move along this pipe, along the axis of this pipe. We have secured this bracket onto the house here. We have put this plate on here. This plate here is now anchored to this, and therefore, base of this plate sits at the top of the pipe here. All right, and therefore it means to say that now all the load of this house is now being secured at the top here, at the top of the pipe. However, once we move these bolts here, this assembly is free to move. So we're going to leave this as it is here now. And from here, we're going to secure a plate at the top on this side. We're going to use the hydraulic jack. Yeah, put this plate on. Run these bolts up such that they are properly secured onto this coupling here. Okay. Then you see what Delano runs it down. Great. So what we just did now is that we completed the assembly or the hookup between here, the hydraulic jack, and this plate. So therefore, next step is to lift the structure. Once we apply a hydraulic force to this plate, because this stud assembly goes all the way and is not connected here, but only connected at the bottom of this, and this structure is not connected to this pipe, so it is free to move. However, this plate is connected to the house. It means to say that any movement of this plate along this length of this pipe, because it's connected to the structure, will lift the structure. To know how far we have gone, we've used these bolts at the top here and look at the changes in its position, and from that you'll be able to know that the height of the structure you have moved. I'm just going to do a demonstration now. So you realize I'm lifting here now, and if you were to look, we would have moved a couple mils, and therefore we have just lifted this structure by this amount here. In theory, we can continue to lift the structure to the desired height, such as we get the entire structure plumb. To get the structure plumb, obviously, we can use a number of techniques. We can use bubble levels. We can use theodolites. We can use laser levels. Whatever means we use to get the structure right of the house. So we move from its present elevation to its desired elevation. Before we take this jack assembly out, run down your side. You run these bolts back down. Now, the house has now been secured at this position. I take the load off of the jack. And the load of the jack is off. Take off these nuts at the top. Take off this full assembly. Take this plate off, alright. Jack off, and we are finished. The next step now that we have secured the house, the elevation of the house where we want it to be, what we now need to do is now secure this assembly onto the pipe so that we have no uplift taking place, could possibly take place. Yes? So go ahead here. And that is finished. And that is it. So we now secure this column, this bracket to this column, this bracket to the house, adjusted the house to the desired height that we require, and we are finished. Okay?